Now, once that you have configured your technicians as resources and added capacity, skills and service zones, how do you allocate or plan them on service orders? You can allocate resources for your service orders from the dispatch board. Now, where can I find the dispatch board? Well, I'm here in a role center that shows me this dispatch board on top. Otherwise, you can always, of course, use your search functionality. So what we are going to do is click on dispatch board, and what you get here is your dispatch board. Now, what is the dispatch board? Well, it's the overview of all service orders. So you see here a service order with the number 000, 23, 24, 25 and so on. So these are all service orders. In this case we see all of them, but of course you can here filter, right? So the filter is here on order, but you can put all kinds of different filters as well. And then you get these service orders sorted, and they are sorted by response date and time. That's also very important because we need to know which are the service orders on which we need to start working, on which we need to start repair as soon as possible. So that's the reason why they are sorted by means of response date and time. What you also can see here is that what is the status on that service order. So you see here service order status, that can be pending, but it might be, for instance, in process or finished. So all these statuses are possible. You also see the service zone code here. So you see here what is the geographical location where we need to perform that service, and you also see the number of allocations, which actually means did we already plant resources on this service order, yes or no. So what do we need to do when we want to allocate a resource to a specific service order? So what we do is we select the service order. You then go to the Navigate tab. Here you see resource allocations, and you can start working from here. First scenario is that you do it entirely manually. So first of all, we see here that at this moment the status of the allocation is non-active. So for the service order, on this service order there is only one, so service order 25, there's only one service item on it, which is listed here, service item number 58, the dishwasher, and we need to start our service on here. I can select manually a resource here. So for instance, I can say Peter Johnson is going to do that. Allocation date, let's say the work date. And then I can say, for instance, this person is going to work 6 hours on it. What you see happening now is that the status is automatically switched to active. So that means we did plan somebody, the planning is active, somebody is assigned to this. And who is assigned? Well, it is the resource number 20 on the 25th of January 2018 for 6 hours. Now in this process, of course, you see that we did not see any service regions. We didn't saw any skills. We didn't check availability. We did not check whether or not this person is the preferred resource. So that means that we're going to allocate here directly, manually, without taking all these things in consideration. If you then close your screen, what you will see is when we maybe if we refresh the dispatch board again and we go to our service order 25 for the Canon group, then you see that we have here the allocation. Number of allocation is now 1. We can also plan resources to our service orders in another way. So I'm going to select now Condoxy Canada. And again, I'm going to click on resource allocations. And now instead of doing this manually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on resource availability. And you see here that I have a show matrix possibility. So I click on show matrix. And here you see that I can select a specific resource. For instance, I'm going to take this person here. So the moment I select this person, this resource is here shown in selected resource. You also see now that this person is skilled, is not in the customer zone. So if I want to have somebody who's skilled and in the customer zone, I can take, for instance, Linda Martin, and then I can check whether or not there is availability. So you can check that in detail, or you can just pick and select that date. So what you need to do then is select a day that you want to plan on. So for instance, 25, and then also the number of hours. And then the next thing you need to do is click on Actions and then click on Allocate. As a result, you will then see that again you will get an active resource allocation for the dishwasher. In this case it's Linda on your specified date, and for the allocated number of hours. And also in this case, if you close this, you will see that if we refresh the dispatch board, that you get a number of allocations also set to 1 here. You can also have service orders with multiple service items on the lines. Now, if we have a look in the dispatch board, and when we go to resource allocations, then you see that you will get immediately all the service item lines here. They are all non-active, so no resources were planned. Let me plan 1 here, for instance, and then let me plan this person for 12 hours. Now what I can do is then click on, you see that the status is active now, is once I have done that, I can click on Allocate to all service items, and then you get the question, do you want to allocate the resource to all non-active service order allocations on the service item lines with the repair status other than finished? So the system is going to check these lines here. They're non-active, they're not finished, and so we're going to use this functionality to plan all these lines at once. And what you see happened is we get the resources, each time we get the same resources on the same allocation date, and then the 12 hours are divided in 3 times 4. What we also can do is cancel allocation. So for instance, if I take again this first line here and then click on cancel allocation, then you get the question here, do you want to cancel the allocation? You can give it a priority. You can also give it a reason code if you want, but in this case we don't have reason codes configured, but you can do that if you want. You can also see the details again of the order if you want to check that before you cancel the allocation, and then you can click on yes. And what you see happening now is that this line is now getting a different status, being reallocation needed. So this is not an active allocation, but reallocation needed. And you will also see this in your overview, and then you know we have to plan again.